I never thought I'd type those words into a search bar. Hire a wife for an hour. But loneliness had been gnawing at me for years. After my divorce, my house felt like a graveyard, and family dinners were just me, reheating leftovers. Then, one evening, an ad appeared online. Need a companion? Hire a wife 1 hour. No strings attached. Curiosity pulled me in. The website was sleek, almost unsettlingly professional. Women's profiles were listed with first names, smiling portraits and brief descriptions, and a warm, good listener. Maya witty, caring. One stood out, Elena. Her eyes seemed to look right through the screen. The bio read simply, I know what you need. I booked her for the next evening. The confirmation email came instantly with strict rules. Cash only. No personal questions. No contact after the hour. The next day, as the clock ticked toward PM, my stomach churned. At precisely 7 o'clock, the doorbell rang. I opened it, and there she was, Elena. A graceful woman in her late 20s, dressed modestly but with an aura of quiet confidence. Good evening, she said softly, stepping inside as if she already belonged there. I tried to speak, but my throat tightened. She walked into the living room, glancing at family photos on the mantel. You must be Daniel, she said, though I had never told her my name. My heart skipped. Wait, how? Do you know? She smiled, placing her handbag on the table. I know more than you think. Let's begin. Within minutes, Elena transformed my dull home into something alive. She moved with practice ease, pouring tea from my untouched set, adjusting the dim lights, even humming softly as she arranged the cushions. We sat across from each other, and she looked into my eyes like she had known me for years. Her presence was unsettling yet comforting. She asked questions I hadn't prepared for. Do you still miss your father? Why do you keep that watch you never wear? I froze. I never told anyone about that. Her smile widened, almost tender. You didn't need to. I can read you. As the minutes passed, I forgot the rules. She listened with empathy, laughed at my awkward jokes, and for a moment, I felt whole again. It was as if she'd stepped straight out of the life I once dreamed of having. But then something shifted. She leaned closer, her voice barely above a whisper. You're in danger, Daniel. The words hit me like a thunderclap. My chest tightened. What do you mean? She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she pulled a small folded paper from her handbag and slid it across the table. On it was a photograph, grainy, but unmistakable. It was me, taken just yesterday outside my office. I felt cold all over. Who took this? Her? Expression darkened. Someone who doesn't want you alive. That's why I'm here. The clock ticked loudly in the silence. My hands trembled as I held the photo. Every instinct told me to throw her out, to dismiss it as some elaborate scam. But the fear in her eyes wasn't fake, Elena. I said slowly, who are you really? She shook her head. No names. No past. Only tonight. That's not good enough. My voice cracked. She leaned in. Listen to me. You're being watched. That ad you answered, it wasn't random. It was bait. They wanted to know if you'd fall for it. I intercepted the booking. If it weren't me at your door tonight, it would have been them. I swallowed hard. Them who? Her gaze flicked to the window. The people your company crossed. You signed papers last year you didn't read carefully, didn't you? My mind spun. She was right, I had. A rush deal, sealed without my lawyer, promising millions. But how did she know? The hour was nearly half over, and my safe little fantasy service had turned into a nightmare. Why warn me? I asked, my voice almost a whisper. For the first time, her eyes softened with something close to pain. Because someone once tried to warn my husband. He didn't listen. He's dead now. Before I could reply, the lights flickered. A car door slammed outside. Elena's face drained of color. They found us. She whispered. We don't have much time. We killed the lights instantly. The house sank into darkness, my pulse roaring in my ears. Peeking through the blinds, I saw two men in black standing near a sleek black car. One lit a cigarette, the flame briefly illuminating his scarred face. They're here for you, Elena said, pulling a small device from her bag of phone jammer. We need to move. Adrenaline surged through me. Why me? I'm just not just anything. She cut in. You hold access codes. They want them. I stared at her. How do you know about the codes? For the first time, she hesitated. Because I used to work for them. The betrayal stung. But before I could react, a knock thundered on the door. Daniel. A voice called, deep and menacing. We know you're in there. I froze. Elena grabbed my wrist. Trust me or die. Something in her tone, desperation, sincerity, maybe both, made me nod. We slipped through the back door, rushing into the night. Branches scratched at us as we tore through the woods behind my house. My lungs burned. My legs ached. But the sound of footsteps chasing us was louder than my pain. Finally, we reached an abandoned cabin. Elena bolted the door and collapsed against the wall, breathing hard. The hour's almost over, she whispered. After this, I can't stay. I stared at her, furious and terrified. What do? You mean you can't stay? You dragged me into this. Her eyes glistened. I dragged you out. If you live through tonight, you'll understand. The door rattled violently. Voices barked orders outside. I grabbed a rusted iron rod from the corner, though it felt useless against trained killers. Elena stepped forward, her expression unreadable. This is where we part ways, she said. What? No, you can't leave me now. Her gaze softened. I wasn't hired to be your wife. I was hired to protect you for 1 hour. That's all the time I could steal from them before they realized. Pieces clicked together, the strange ad, her knowledge of my life, the photograph. None of it was random. Who hired you? I asked, desperate. Her lips curved into a bittersweet smile. Someone who still believes your life matters. Before I could press further, she shoved a flash drive into my hand. This has the proof. Take it to the authorities. Don't trust anyone else. The door splintered. Men stormed in, guns raised. Elena stepped in front of me, fearless. Run, Daniel, she shouted. I stumbled through a side window as chaos erupted behind me, gunfire. Shouting, a scream I pray wasn't hers. I didn't stop running until the night swallowed me whole. Later, when I checked the flash drive, I found files, contracts, payments, names of powerful men. Evidence enough to topple everything I thought was untouchable. But Elena was gone. No trace, no body, not even on the agency's website. It was as if she never existed. And yet, her final words haunted me. I know what you need. Because in that single, impossible hour, she gave me more than a wife. She gave me a reason to live.